I think I do two videos, or with two commentaries, I should say, into one, since they're about the same subject. A few weeks ago, some anonymous troll decided they wanted to go back and look at Kevin Hart's past. Somebody gay or affiliated with the gay community, or somebody in the media that know how the gay community and the media react towards any black person, criticism or disdain for the gay community. Now, as I said, a lot of black folk are cool with gay people. They don't believe in homosexuality, but they're cool. Given the history of our community with the gay community. And what I mean is, and I'd say this again, because a lot of people tend to forget this, in the gay community, like to pretend it didn't happen. When HIV, no, that's even before HIV, when transsexuals, or as we call them, trannies, or gay men and women were rejected by the larger society, meaning white society, or in some other ethnic groups, they were chased out of the community. And where did they go? Where did they run to? They ran to our community. Okay? And this could be a reason why they try to line themselves and say issues are issues, but that's not it. Black folk was getting their ass kicked too. We didn't have time to turn around and dump on a bunch of other people. But the fact is, we like, you do you, we do us. Simple as that. And in doing that, you're going to work with people that you're going to find out are gay or transsexual. Even some people say, hey, don't have anything to do with them. And they was like, I don't have nothing to do with you. There were still others in the community. Most of us have seen dudes that cross-dress. Most of us see females that cross-dress. There ain't nothing new. That was the case. RuPaul wouldn't have been successful and known entity as long as he has. Remember, RuPaul came to prominence in the mid to late 80s. I guess we forget about that. I guess we forget about Sylvester. He was openly gay. He was flaming. And whether Luther Vandross or Freddie Jackson or Billy Preston or any of these other dudes came out and said they was gay, we didn't care. We still bought their music. We still play their music. But when HIV came along, then it was obvious. The white community and even black community, but the black community still did not reject the gay community. We had said and done stupid things as well, but you can't tell me that somebody black ran to the conference of the gay community, or the white community. They stayed within the gay community, and the gay community was usually within the black community. So in the 90s, it baffled a lot of us that the gay community decided that they was going to make us the boogeyman. But what they did was the same thing the Jewish community did. Anti-Semitism didn't stop with the black community, and it's not prevalent in the black community. But we get blamed for it. Every black person that's famous, they actually, what do you feel about Israel? What do you feel about the Jewish community? They're like, really? But y'all forget all the racist, anti-black shit that Jewish people say about black folk and what they've done to us. I ain't even talking about the whole slave trade thing. I'm talking about business in the community. Purposely diverting research to that community. So both communities have done this. So if black America is not too keen on running to defend them or stand with them, there's a reason why, but they never talk about it, or they never let us talk about it, too busy bashing us. But some of our brothers and sisters decided they're going to join the other group's fight. I remember back when I was on YouTube, early part, there was a few brothers and sisters used to come on and say, hey man, the Holocaust this, the gay community that, and you're like, you do know you black, right? You do know that Hitler the one that sent those people to death. And it wasn't just Jewish folk, there were black men and women died too. And they wasn't all soldiers. In the gay community, it's racism and discrimination. You think that when people's watching a black man be hung or a black woman be hung or mutilated or children, that there wasn't any gay people in the crowd? Remember, you had to be extra tough or super manly. You didn't give a damn. But I would suggest suspect you to be gay, going up to a man's genitals after you hung him and grab him and cutting them off. But just keep it real. You had to have some type of gay tendency to do that. Then keep the guy penis in a jar as a souvenir. And a lot of these people was not married. I even saw a book that had images where they had one in a jar. They passed it down from generation to generation. I kid you not. The slave master wasn't always raping the woman. He was raping the black man. Let's just keep it real. We see white folk coming right in our neighborhood. They ain't always chasing out the black female, chasing out the little black boys and black teenage men. We've seen these video sites pop up over the few years on the internet. If you don't type in the right word, you get a visual surprise that just scar you the rest of your goddamn life. So let's keep it real. Now, I bring up all that is because Kevin Hart. Now, I told y'all way back they've been trying to get him. You know, they kept, every time when he said Kevin Hart spread himself too thin, remember you heard people start talking about he's everywhere? They got tired of seeing the black dude running around making money, being a box office draw. And so when he tripped up, that thing with him and his wife, they said, "Ha, we got him." But he came out and groveled enough, and his wife forgave him and said, "Oh, we can't do it." Just like Steve Harvey, he made that mistake. Everybody said, "Ha ha, we got him." But he came out and groveled, and "Oh, we can't get him now," because he groveled. He knew to do the exact amount of groveling. And then he knew that he did the exact amount of cooning. Now, when he was out there criticizing and going after other black comics or criticizing, making comments about the black community or throwing shade at Bill Cosby and them, nobody said anything. But they had to go all the way back to 2008, 2009 for a joke that he said about his son being gay. Now, let's keep it real. There are a lot of comics, even gay comics, that make some heinous jokes or self-hating jokes or jokes that people may find offensive. But couldn't find nothing he said currently. They couldn't find nothing, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2011. They went back to 2008, 2009, 10, 11 years ago. So that means somebody was out to destroy him. Somebody said it's time for Kevin to go bye-bye. And how do you destroy a black person's career? Say he raped a woman, say he said some anti-Semitic or something homophobic. Like, you hate using the term homophobic, anti-gay. Let's use better. I just go stop there using the words I used to use. I ain't gonna use the buzzwords. But anyways, Kevin stood his ground. Now, I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. A lot of us in the community ain't feeling Kevin Hart anymore, or never really was Kevin Hart fans. But we said, stand your ground. He stood his ground. When they started saying he needed to apologize, he apologized. But in the gay community, they didn't like the way he apologized. And then Don Lemon kept it going. Don Lemon kept it going, and he milked it. And I'm like, damn, they won't let this dude. And the dude apologized multiple times. And I'm glad Kevin did, because usually black folk, when they get challenged like this, they get spooked. And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Remember when Tracy Morgan made a joke about gay folk years ago? He was around there, and Joy Behar, now she'll say something different now, but she was like, "You need to stop apologizing. It looks pathetic." I never forget that. But when Kevin Hart says something, he ain't apologized enough for him. But then again, that's white folk, white women in particular. They moves change. They go 1 minute they say this, the next minute they say that. But black folks got spooked now. And because President Obama basically aided the gay community, he aided them in ways that the black community have never been aided. And let me say this again: the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, those things, they're supposed to be meant for black Americans, not the Hispanic Americans, as back in the day they call them Chicanos. Not the Asians, or they called the Orientals. Not the Arabs, as they called the Arabs back in the day. Because their population was not as big as black Americans. And a lot of times they called them niggers. See, a lot of us know our history and understand these groups now, they keep talking about people of color, that's to blur the lines. The gay community want to claim that our struggle is their struggle. No. When people see me, they see black men. When they see you, they see black woman. They see you, they see black teenager. They see you, they see black child. You can be gay. You can be a transsexual. They would never know unless you had a neon sign over your damn head. So Kevin went out there. He apologized. And he kept apologizing. And Kevin said, you know, I'm done. He said, I ain't saying nothing else about it. Well, when Jussie Smollett came under attack, he sent well wishes to Jussie. And you know the gay community got mad at Kevin for saying well wishes. He said, now Kevin, now you see what we mean about, wait a minute, what he joked about 10, 11 years ago had nothing to do with Jussie being attacked. Kevin Hart never advocated for somebody to go beat somebody because they was gay. He said he would tear his son, beat his son ass if he came out gay. There's a difference. People say, how is there a difference? I don't care if you're black, white, whatever. Homosexuality is still frowned upon by the larger society. No man want to know that his son is saying, Dad, I'm in love with another dude. Men want their bloodlines, their name to continue on in some form of fashion. You can't do that with two men. Now, Kevin said, hey, would I tell that joke today? No. And a lot of us didn't laugh at that joke, but we understood what he meant. What these guys reportedly did to Jussie, they did it because it wasn't just because he gay. That was just a byproduct. They recognized who he was if it was what they said happened. They had bleach and a noose. They was going after a black person. But the gay community is mad because Kevin sent well wishes. How, oh my gosh, y'all talk about you want him to apologize and grow. He turned around, he apologized. That wasn't good enough. Something happened to somebody who's identified as gay. That still ain't good enough. That's why I keep telling the black community, F the gay community. Quit trying to apologize to them. Black gays are opportunistic. White gays are just arrogant and racist. And then you got the black gays act like the white community, white gay community don't have issues. Y'all remember about 4 years ago when that white chick got mad that when she wanted to go have a baby and they gave her the wrong sperm, they gave her black sperm, she came out, her daughter, her child, her blood came out black and she wanted to sue, made a big stink about it. I remember the gay community, some members of the gay community told her, like, shut the fuck up. I remember they was on Chris Hayes. Chris Hayes looking at her like she was crazy. Notice the media and they quiet that down because they didn't want to address the racism in the gay community. Y'all quick to attack the black community. Look, I don't believe in homosexuality, and I've said that many times. I don't want to see nothing happen to somebody because they gay. I don't get off on seeing something happen to somebody. I wouldn't discriminate against them. Like the old girl was the city clerk. She didn't want a certified marriage. The law of the land said, hey, they can get married. Hey, what they doing, they personally ain't got nothing to do with me. As long as they ain't trying to push up on me, fuck with little boys and little girls, or fuck with household pets. I don't care. There's straight people who can't make it in a relationship. But the gay community always makes it about them, and they always go the extra mile. So now y'all bashing Kevin Hart because he said something about Jussie. And I know y'all saying, well, it's still no difference between Kevin saying he's going to whoop his son and then what happened to Jussie. It's a major difference. Major difference. But the gay community feel that they want to just kick the black community. You're gonna accept what we do. I'm sorry, because the gay community need to address why there's so many gay men and women that step outside and fuck with little boys and little girls. I mean, the gay community are just relentless in how they attack the black community. And even when black folk offer support, well, you got to say it exactly the way we want you to say it. And that reminds a lot of us of the Jewish community. And even other communities try to pull that, but they know when to pull back because they know that they ain't in like that. But I told y'all the gay community in the 1990s learned from the Jewish community, said we need to have a bad guy. Every story has to have a villain or an antagonist. And we became it because everybody know our community is still trying to fix the past or rectify or try to put a Band-Aid over racism. We fight multiple battles. And and this is why I keep telling y'all, history is important. Like I said, you ain't gotta like Kevin Hart, but you at least gotta appreciate somebody in our community finally said, "I ain't doing it. Enough is enough." Now, did he do it exactly what we wanted him to do it? No, but nonetheless, he did it. So I give him props on that one. But now they're attacking him just to be attacking him. No, the gay community found somebody that wasn't gonna kiss their ass. So now Kevin Hart is in their sights. And if you're black and you gay and you joining it, you're a fool. Y'all ain't learned y'all lesson yet. Y'all ain't learned your lesson yet, because when Obama's in office, those strides were made for white gays. That's why a lot of black gays got slick and started doing that Black Lives Matter. They didn't say black men lives matter, because black men were the ones getting killed. Yes, black females getting killed, but when you turn on, they were all the shootings and murders. They've been black men. And then when they went on shows like Roland and CNN and them and MSNBC, they told us that a lot of us in the community caught on to it really quickly. That's why you don't see a lot of black folks yelling at right now. You had, what's that D-Ray dude come along, another gay dude. People think that we're not paying attention. This is why they've made a concerted effort to go after well-known black men. Whether they did some questionable or been alleged is the reason why. Because you notice a lot of the writers are gay, white, and white female. This is not by accident, folks. And speaking of the media, and speaking of Kevin Hart's support or sympathy of Jussie Smollett, let me break something down to y'all. The other day, I did my video. I was probably the only person at that point that said something about this don't smell right. And the reason why I said it, because you guys got to excuse me, still fighting this cold. The reason why I said it, because the gay community, like the Jewish community, is known to have people who exaggerate or flat lie about incidents of harassment. That's not saying that other communities don't do it. That's not saying that we haven't done it. We just don't do it like those two communities do it. Or, not take that back, white women, gays, and Jewish folk do. Let me make sure I put that out there, okay? Jussie lives in Chicago. Taraji, I didn't even know Taraji lived in Chicago. I didn't even know Jussie lived in Chicago, to be honest. And some other celebrities live in Chicago. You know, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. You know, Chicago Med. You know, cause Chicago. You know, now, or at least the last 20 years or so, they've been shooting a steady stream of movies here. And Jussie was, I think, in New York, and his flight was delayed because of the weather. And he was on Instagram. He said it. He said he had to wait for a long time to get back to Chicago. Anybody understand, when you coming from another city trying to get back to Chicago, and through Chicago, if the weather's bad, you're going to be delayed, because you guys have seen on the news how cold it gets here. He lived in an area of the downtown area where a lot of trust fund babies or suburban men and women that live in the suburbs want to live down, like it's fashionable to live downtown, paying a shitload of money for living on top of each other, you know, that kind of thing. In the area he was in, they have incidents where they have crime, just like they have crime on the west and south side. Crime is everywhere in this country. You can't escape it. It may be certain areas that have higher concentrations of crime, but you're gonna get it. And anybody who's in a major city knows that prostitution goes down. Because I'm gonna be honest, when I first thought about it, I said maybe he was picking up somebody. Gay people go get prostitutes too now, but I said, nah, that'd be too stereotypical. But then I thought about it. I said, if he's in that area, I wouldn't be surprised that somebody white down there was messing around. And people kept saying, well, it's below zero, the weather. Yeah, that vortex didn't hit Monday. It didn't hit until Tuesday evening. It was cold but it didn't hit until Tuesday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So Monday, he came in Monday. It was cold, but it wasn't what it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And even though it was Tuesday, Wednesday, there were still people out and about. Was there a lot of people out and about? No, there were still people out and about. He said that he went to go get something to eat because, like he said, he had a late flight in. And usually places like Subway and the places stay open late down in that area because they know that people live down and down. A lot of people go out to clubs or people are coming in from whatever. And it was a possibility that when he said happened to him. Now me, I would just be suspicious because, as I said before, there are gay men and women who will lie and say they've been accosted by somebody to get sympathy or drum up some type of support for something or looking for attention. And the Chicago police immediately came out and said, we went through hours, hundreds of hours of video, which is impossible. Because each video, you got to comb through. And that right there sort of had me pause a little bit. Because normally they don't go out there and start saying, we went through video that fast. Usually they say, we're looking at surveillance. They don't, and any other time they don't say it like that. So the Chicago Police Department is insinuating that Jussie Smollett may not be on the up and up. But then they came across a witness. They said, uh-oh, we better find some video. And all of a sudden they found a video of two individuals. Now, Jussie's story seemed to be a little bit more credible. But another monkey wrench, Jussie and his manager won't let them look at their cell phone records. Now, a part say, I get why they don't want them to do it because you're saying that I must be lying. My manager must be lying. Because y'all don't want people in Chicago or outside Chicago to say, wait a minute, Chicago got a racial problem? They got white folk there? I mean, some of the comments. Obviously, some are from white folks, some are from black folks who don't live here, and some are from black folks who ain't never stepped outside the neighborhood living. I'm like, you guys really need to get out a little bit more. There are white folk in Chicago who are racist. I've done many commentaries on it. Don't think that downtown ain't a racial problem. Don't think when black folks travel downtown, they're not accosted or harassed. There have been countless stories where innocent black folk have been out shopping by themselves, been harassed or called nigger. I've been downtown where I've been in my vehicle, just driving down a downtown street. Fucking niggers! You fucking nigger! What you doing down here, nigger? Yeah, they do it. Chicago ain't changed that much since Dr. King was here. That was 53 years ago. Now I know y'all said, Harvey, you suspicious. And I explained why I was suspicious. But now Jussie is putting a lot of us who want to believe him or give him the benefit down an awkward position. We started to question whether it happened. But then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. He said he was attacked. Y'all say y'all got video of him with a noose around him. Remember, y'all saw a video going into the store, to the subway. You didn't see he was okay. Y'all see that he's bruised, and the media not reporting the fact that he got bruised ribs. Now, and the thing is, they had mentioned him being in Chicago. He was on MSNBC. Talking to Sharp, they brought that up on NBC the other day. They said he was just on MSNBC network talking because he's raising money for that college. And then come to find out that somebody sent a hate mail to Fox, "Make America Great Again." And now, who's to say that people in the area which Jussie lives have been following him? There's always that possibility. They could say we got this Hollywood nigga who's gay, or this Hollywood nigga living up in here. Because if you watch some of his interviews, he don't talk about his sexuality before he did. But when they went around with the bleach and the noose, that wasn't because he was gay. That was because he was black. If it happened, it really went down the way he said it went down. I know it's Hollywood media, the national media is trying to make it into a gay issue. Sorry, I'll push back against that. When they say they poured a substance on him, that was the bleach to get rid of your blackness. Remember they say go wash up in bleach. Remember they said bleach your skin, all that stuff. That's the symbolism for whiteness. That noose, we knew exactly what that was for. Now, just so happened he's gay, and they say, "Oh, call him slur." That was icing on the cake, but it was a racial attack. Now, Jussie's family come out and say, "Hey, we support him," but the media here and nationwide is trying to say, "Hey, you ain't telling the truth." Now, in the black community, we question it because, as I said before, there have been members of the gay community who have been known to lie and exaggerate. And the black community got every right in the world to sit back and question Jussie's story because, as I said before, the gay community has been really nasty to the black community. Now, brothers and sisters say, hey, if this went down the way he said it was a hate crime, hey, man, we support you, we feel for you, we hope you get justice. But Jussie, you're putting us in a position like, but at the same time, I understand why you and your manager don't want to do it because if a white person said they was attacked, y'all wouldn't do all that questioning. You had vice president, all these people jumped in because you was a celebrity, but you're a black celebrity. Now, I want to mention something else. If we're going to start questioning Jussie's legitimacy to being a victim of a crime, the old boy that accused Kevin Spacey, that actor, I forget his name now. He's on Star Trek Discovery. He was in Adventures and Babysit. He was the redhead kid in the movie with Keith Coogan and Elizabeth Shue and whatnot. He was the best friend. That's the one that accused Kevin Spacey. Y'all immediately believed him that Kevin Spacey did something inappropriate. No evidence, no proof, nothing, just hearsay. Just hearsay. Think about that for a second. But Jussie said something happened to him. Everybody is questioning because I gave the same rationale that I'm giving for Jussie that I gave for old boy that accused Kevin Spacey. I said gay communities known to exaggerate and lie about certain incidents. Now I know it's complicated as a black person, especially as a black man, you want to support another black person. In regards to their sexuality, I don't want to see no one get hurt. But yeah, are there questions I had? Yeah. Some people suggest that Jussie was meeting up for a rendezvous. Could have been. Because as I said, downtown, and see, if y'all not familiar with Chicago, or even, but then again, you got people from Chicago ain't familiar with Chicago, and that still baffles the hell out of me. If you over 13, you still don't know nothing about the city. It's something screwed up. But then again, it's a different generation. But anyways, it is complicated. But I'm seeing well-known black folk get on radio and start, well, it don't sound right. But y'all quickly believe this white dude who waited 30 years to say something about Kevin Spacey. So what you're saying is, if you're black, suspicion. Wait and see. If you're white, we believe you. Just like they believe Wade Robinson and the other white guy saying that Michael Jackson did something. But when Corey Feldman said nothing happened, defending Michael Jackson, he was met with ridicule. So if you're defending a black person that's gay, you're dismissed. If you're attacking a gay person for your benefit, you believe, depending on your ethnicity and what time it is. I mean, just think about that for a second. Everybody quickly believed old boy that I almost had his name. Can't think. I almost had his name. They believed this mother said her son is now being seen the son in me, but the mama speaking on behalf of the son. That's why y'all never heard me go in on Kevin Spacey. I'm like, something don't smell right. Sometimes you gotta sit back and replay these scenarios in your head. And I think some of y'all are doing it with this Jussie Smollett thing. Y'all like, But some of y'all saying white folk in Chicago, white folk don't do that in Chicago. They don't harass black folk like that. Where the hell y'all been? I mean, I saw at least about 10 people make comments on social media saying white folks don't mess with black folk like that in Chicago. I'm like, obviously y'all ain't black, or y'all ain't from Chicago, or y'all ain't been outside your neighborhood. Once you hit downtown on the north side, even parts of the west side and south side that's being gentrified or have never changed, be a black person going there at a certain time of day or night won't get fucked with. I'm telling you right now. Go in Bridgeport. Go there in Evergreen Park or over there in Beverly. Go there in Mount Greenwood. You're a black person. You don't live over there or your car break down. I guarantee you're going to get harassed. Go up on the north side. I don't care how many blacks, those black Africans, black Jamaicans, there's a difference. You're a black person from the west or south side or just visiting, going through the area, and you don't know the lay of the land, don't know what's going on in that area, you're going to the wrong neighborhood, they're going to mess you up. See, y'all think that what happened during Dr. King and Malcolm X in the 1960s and 70s, even the 80s, that don't happen today. It's worse today because people can lie. They're not going to let you get caught being directly racist. I mean, look at all the videos just the last year that people got caught being racist. When it comes down to racism and sexism and homophobia and classism, the stuff that they did years ago, they ain't going to do today. Every now and then you might see somebody slip up, but they still wiggle out of it. Police officers been shooting black people dead for years. We got video, and what happened? They either get slaps on the wrist or nothing happens to them. Look at Jason Van Dyke. Dude killed that kid, shot that kid 16 times, and the judge said, get your slap on the wrist. Robert Goyer just talked about what he wanted to get. 14 years in prison. A guy murdered somebody on camera, he's going to get less than 3 years in jail. A former governor just talked about, did what every politician do, let's give him 14 years in jail. And the people that he helped get to positions, they said, F. Robert Blagojevich. Barack Obama really played a Blagojevich and Jesse Jr. We're going to do this. You're going to be the senator. So Robert Blagojevich actually thought that he was going to either get it or they was going to give it to Jesse Jr. And they all got played. Come to find out, he wanted Lisa Madigan, Mike Madigan's daughter, over the Democrat Party over in down there in Cook County, downstate. If y'all not familiar with Illinois politics, it may go over y'all head, but the point is, there are certain people that are paying the price a lot harder and a lot longer than other people. That's what I was trying to do. I didn't mean to get on a tangent, but you understand the point. We'll believe somebody lie before we believe the truth. Same punishment is not doled out. We live in a society where people catch hell for just being who they are. I don't get off on seeing people in pain. But what I don't like when people lie or people try to be manipulative. I don't like when the laws don't apply to everybody. Now let's just say for shits and giggles, Jussie did lie, or they determine that, hey, he's not being cooperative. There's always going to be an asterisk there. But I wonder if everybody's going to treat every other gay person that said they've been accosted the same way. Now, like I said in my other commentary, I said because he's gay and knowing that area, I'm like, it's a possibility. But at the same time, there have been a lot of gay men and women in the media for the last 20 years, 25 years who've yelled something and didn't come true. And that's why I put it out there. Everybody else put it out there because the weather's cold outside. Monday it wasn't that cold. Not by Chicago standards, it is. And the temperature started dropping until Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning all the way up until now. I mean, right now where I'm at is 6 degrees. And that's considered warm. Trust me, you notice a difference. But the thing is, the Chicago Police Department and the media And now the national media is suggesting that Jussie is not being cooperative, him and his manager. And I can understand why they not giving up their phone records to a degree, but I'm like this, if I ain't got nothing to hide, let them. But at the same time, you making him like he's the villain of the story. See, it's complicated. See, that's why I tell black gays, y'all ain't gonna get the benefit of the doubt of white gays gonna get. We always gonna be seen with a cloud of suspicion. So I just want y'all to sit back and think about that. Cause I know I was the first one to say, hey, I just something about this don't smell right. Is because the way it's being presented in the media. But I ain't gonna lie, you always supposed to question whether something actually happened or not. And those black men and black women who are suspicious as well, you need to stop being suspicious of other black folks, straight black folk. Don't do it just because you're gay. But there are a lot of brothers and sisters that claim they're the victim of something, and I just sit there like, it don't smell right. That's why I don't do a lot of commentaries on trending or trending stuff a lot. Because I sit there, I run these things in my head, I'm like, okay, could be this scenario, there could be that scenario. What's the most logical thing? Now, people gonna say, well, you being logical for if something that's illogical, but you still gotta use logic. You still gotta play the different scenarios in your head. Could Jussie been really attacked and whatnot? Yeah, it could be. And given that part of the downtown area, it happens quite frequently. And then you got people saying, well, the cold weather, that don't mean nothing. People still killing the cold. People still raping the cold. Just because you may not do those things don't mean it don't happen. And people need to understand Chicago is still a segregated town. The state of Illinois is very segregated, but Chicago more so. If y'all have any family members, or if y'all used to live in Chicago and y'all know about the south, the west, and north side, and the various suburbs, you know exactly what I mean. Anybody knows how they gentrified up there around North Avenue and Halsted and Wells and Western and all that stuff. You guys went over there near Wrigley Field. Y'all know exactly what they call Boys Town. Now, was Jussie near Boys Town? No, not that far from it. But they got two people on surveillance. Right then they should say the man says he was attacked by two people. And they just say he was out there trying to hook up with somebody. He was still attacked. Because I don't think he would go to the police and say, oh, no. And they got two people on video. So, like I said, maybe it is because no, it's not maybe. It is. He's a black man, and people are going to be suspicious outside the community. Me, I'm just suspicious because I know I'm aware of what the gay community has done. Certain members of the gay community have done of late when it comes down talking about they want to get the gay community get some press, or they want to show out and say, "Oh, we make them a gay crime." Oh, now Jussie could very well be lying. If he is proven to be a lie, then you roast his ass, and then it will be further a proof of what I've said about the gay community. But right now, I'm going to try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I said I'm trying to, because I'm familiar with the downtown area, and I know, regardless of what y'all think how cold it is to you, crimes still do happen. And some of our brothers and sisters on YouTube who supposed to be pro-black, you just ain't supposed to look at it from one or two angles. You're supposed to look at it from all type of angles. So if it is proven to be, say, well, look, at least I was open-minded, or at least I called it right here. Because I'm telling y'all, anybody ever paid attention to me, I've said I'm giving y'all different scenarios of what could happen. But I'm watching how the media is trying to paint it now. Y'all believe the white guy for something he accused somebody of 30-something years ago, but y'all treating somebody who said something happened the other day, who you got physical evidence, you got your noose, bleach and stuff, he's bruised up. Now y'all question making like he's lying. And then you got people in the community trying to make this out to be more of a gay thing than a black thing. If he was attacked the way he described it. Because I don't recall ever hearing anybody say we're gonna carry bleach around in a noose for gay people. No, that's specifically directed towards the black community. This is why I keep telling y'all you need to know your history. You need to understand why people do and say certain things. So I know there's a lot to, I have to put out there. Like I said, I'm conflicted, as you can tell by me going in this direction, that direction. I'm conflicted. If this brother did get jumped and harassed and attacked because of his ethnicity and his sexuality, then he deserves justice. If he's lying, he deserved to be fired from his job, and he needs to be called out. And then we need to talk about the gay community as a whole, because I'm telling you, there are gays out here who have lied. And remember, we were just talking about Kevin Hart in the media. And this is like a perfect storm for a black gay man to come under attack. Come on. Now, what did the gay community do? They said, they went after Kevin Hart, and he was just sending well wishes. Something to think about, folks.